I'm very excited to have one of these. So today we are out in my yard, and this time I'm teaching you to make burgers. I'm going to do both a turkey burger for people that are trying to be healthy, although I think my second option is very healthy. It's a bison burger infused with duck fat. For a long time, I felt like intimidated that barbecuing was maybe not a girl thing. Well, I've turned it into a girl thing, and I'm going to teach you how to be a very good master of your grill. So turkey burgers, I am going to use about a half a pound of dark meat and half white meat. I think it's a very good combination. So those are getting mixed together. The dark meat has more fat, but I still find that turkey, I don't want it to get dry. So when I do turkey burgers, I add 1 egg to that. So that's going in there. And then that is going to just get mixed around. You notice I've done all the blending with one hand because when you're working with raw meats, you have a lot of chance for food contamination, and I don't want that to happen. So when I reach into my pepper, I'm gonna get a teaspoon of pepper, and same with my salt. I won't have contaminated the seasoning. That's pretty blended. So I'm gonna start to make my patties, and they're a little moist, but I think this comes out well with turkey. This is one of those moments when cooking definitely makes you feel like a little kid because you're just playing with your food. All right, I've got a little extra that's gonna be just like a mini patty. So we're going right on to the bison burger. A lot of people don't think of eating this, and I've just found that it is cheaper and grass-fed and no antibiotics, no hormones, and it's just good. Don't be afraid of your grill, and don't be afraid of bison meat. Now both of my hands are in this meat, so I actually am gonna have to wash them. Hands are washed and I'm back. Okay, so in my ground bison meat, I'm again gonna do some pepper and some salt. And I'm gonna open the lid to my duck fat, which I did not realize was quite that melty in the sun here. I'm thinking that this amount's gonna be about 3 patties. I'm gonna do 3 teaspoons of duck fat. You know, I learned about duck fat, I guess for the first time in cooking school, when we had to learn to cook duck and we would be rendering the duck fat out of the duck breast. I learned how to strain it and reserve it and how expensive it was. And I just really love the sort of earthy, I don't know, richness that the flavor adds. I use duck fat at Thanksgiving in a lot of things. Duck fat is one of my favorite things to work with. So I started doing burgers with duck fat infusion a few years ago for 4th of July parties, and everybody loved them. You want to make sure that your burger patties are even so that they cook in an even time. These are like half-pound burgers. Oh, I'm very excited to have one of these. The first thing I'm gonna do on the grill, I have this rag that has grapeseed oil on it, or you could use canola oil, just a high heat oil, and I'm just gonna rub it over the grill so that it has some oil on it. And then I am gonna take my burgers and just put them down. I love that sound. So I've got the bison burgers on one side and the turkey burgers on the other. I'm gonna let them go 3 minutes on this one side, and then I'm gonna flip them over. The turkey's gonna be cooking a little bit longer, but in general, your burger, to get it medium rare, you're gonna be looking at about 8 to 10 minutes total. While our burgers are cooking, I'm quickly going to show you a couple of bun options. We have our regular bun, and the way that I'll treat that before I stick that on the grill is I'm gonna do a little olive oil, rub that around a little, and that's gonna go face down on the grill. But surprise, if you're trying to stay away from bread, if you're gluten-free, I love, as an option, a portobello mushroom bun. So we're just gonna put olive oil on both of the sides and a little salt, a little pepper. So the portobellos, I'm gonna put top down. I'm putting them in my little vegetable carrier there, but they wouldn't have to be. You could put them right on the grill. And then the buns I'm gonna put up here because I want them to cook a little bit less. And I think it's probably time to flip the burgers. It's been about 3 minutes. So I'm gonna flip the bison ones. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so we're gonna let everything go about 3 minutes, and I'm gonna check it again. I'm just enjoying this beautiful sunny day in Los Angeles. It's still a little too hot. It's never not hot in Los Angeles. So my favorite cheese to use when I'm making burgers is Gruyere. I actually use Gruyere a lot in grilled cheese sandwiches, in my mac and cheese, which you can check out that video if you haven't seen it already. It's probably just gonna take a minute to melt. Everything's pretty hot here. You can see the way the portobellos are starting to sweat, and that is a good sign that it's ready to flip them over. And those are almost done. We're gonna have our olive oiled buns. We're putting that in there to get those a little toasted. We're gonna close it up for, I'm gonna say 1 more minute. All right, I think everything is ready. So here we go. We are going to take off our bun, which is really nicely toasted. We're gonna take off our portobello bun. I just sort of shake off a little of that extra juice. We don't want it to be too wet. I'm gonna do 1 burger there. I'm gonna do the turkey burger here. So I've got 1 bison burger with duck fat infusion with Gruyere on the bun, and I have 1 half white meat, half dark meat turkey burger on the portobello. My last little thing that I want to do here is I have caramelized some onions in my kitchen earlier today. Quick reminder on the caramelizing onions, you want to chop them fairly thinly. You cook them with a little bit of oil, like a grapeseed oil, over medium-low heat for a really long time, over a half an hour. You don't want them to burn, you just want them to get that really yummy golden texture. This is like one of my favorite things to eat when I'm feeling like I just need comfort, or I don't know, when I have my friends over and we're all sitting around in the jacuzzi and somebody says, I'm hungry. I go, I know, the jacuzzi's right there, the grill's right there. I'll just get some bison burger out of the fridge and throw it together. I've actually done that. I wish there was footage. You could serve that with a salad. You could serve that with watermelon for dessert, iced tea, margarita, good old cold beer. I would come to your party if you made this. So these are our 2 options. We've got the bison burger infused with duck fat. We've got the turkey burger with Gruyere cheese on a portobello bun, and I am going in. Okay, that is delicious. Subscribe to my channel so you can see more delicious things like this food and meat.